All right, hello, we are live. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm going to update the description box for you guys. Give me a moment. If you did catch it, it is on my Instagram at Samantha James Tarot. But if not, I will update it here. Alright. Description box is updated. I have 5 spots for tonight's live. I have 5 spots left if you guys were interested in getting a question done. It is a new moon in Gemini, so happy birthday to all my Geminis. This is Gemini season. I did want to pull a couple of cards just to see what the new moon energy is. The new moon was at its peak yesterday and today. Hello. Okay, there was a time when I didn't have a lot of the stuff I have in my office, and it's like funny because you finally get things done and you finally do things for yourself and you don't really recognize the time in which you didn't have those things. You're just kind of like on to the next. But I like would never know where to put my decks, and I just shoved them all behind me on this console that I have, but I didn't always have the console. Okay, hi Cliff Singer. Yes, absolutely, you guys. I have 5 spots left for tonight. The information for the private readings is in the description box below. EXO, same thing as well, in the description box below. I have one person who's already pre-booked. I'm going to do a little collective reading for the new moon in Gemini. Okay. So, what is going on? Well, it shouldn't be noisy because there's nothing going on. I have like, I tried to put on some Zen music. I can turn that off if that just makes it too busy, but I'm literally alone in my office, so there's no noise. It should just be me talking. I tried to put on some ambient, like, water sounds, but I can see how that makes it all, like, kind of crinkly and stuff. And then, Steven, my phone has been like that on all my lives. I haven't really had that many people complain. I think there's some water damage to my phone, and that's something I'm going to have to fix. But in the meantime, I am enunciating. I am talking as loud as I can. For everyone who is interested in booking, all the information is in the description box below. If you guys want to book, I have 5 spots left for tonight. So this is going to be a new moon in Gemini reading. What energy is going on for the new moon in Gemini? I personally just feel very tired, which doesn't seem very Gemini. Gemini seems very energetic. Okay, we have these 2 cards coming out. No, it's totally my phone. I think there's water damage because I wasn't catching that on my recordings, like when I record my videos, but I've been hearing that on my live stream. So at first I thought it was just a YouTube problem, and then I thought it was a Mercury retrograde problem, but I think it might be my phone, which I'll have to check out. It's hard to like motivate me to get my phone fixed unless the literal screen is broken. So I guess we will see. But so far I have 2 cards. Okay, full moon in Sagittarius, which is interesting because after this new moon in Gemini, we will be headed towards a full moon in Sagittarius. See the bigger picture. And last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. Ooh. Clear your mind. So maybe a lot of you guys have been feeling like your mind is just clogged with all sorts of anxiety or just a lot of different things going on. You're thinking at the speed of light, and there's a lot of things that are just sort of circulating in your head. I really relate to this. This is a really good time to ground yourself. Of all the new moon advice that I had seen, a lot of it had represented just self-care, grounding yourself, trying to meditate, trying to quiet your mind, because something about Gemini is it is very active and it is ruled by Mercury, and we are in Mercury retrograde. So our thoughts are shifted into something where I feel like we are thinking at a higher rate than usual. But those thoughts that are just kind of going at a higher rate than usual could just sort of result in anxiety. So it's really important that you guys aren't making yourself anxious. And clearing your mind in order to really decipher the messages that you may be receiving from spirit. I know that when it's really noisy in your mind, it's really hard to listen to your gut and your intuition, and it can really clog you. We have new moon in Gemini, so think it through. Look, this is a really great time to ground yourself and reflect, to think before speaking or before acting or before doing anything. And I think also, aside from that, this message can represent that there might be some new opportunities coming into your life. Those new opportunities can be in career, they can be in friendship, all of that great stuff. And I feel like this represents that, you know, think it through before you say yes to things, before you say yes to a new project or to a new load or to a new business opportunity. Allow yourself to really contemplate if this is right for you. Look, and we have more Sagittarius energy, and it's interesting because on the axis of the zodiac, Gemini and Sagittarius are at each other's opposites. After this new moon in Gemini, we will be in a full moon in Sagittarius. So I just think it's very interesting that that's coming out. We have this duality of the Gemini and Sagittarius energy. Focus on the positive, new moon in Sagittarius. Yeah, see the bigger picture. Focus on the positive. And new moon in Taurus, know your worth. Okay, I mean, I really like these messages coming through, and I know this deck has some crazy messages. So I feel like this is really positive so far. Let's pull a few more. Hi, Alicia. There are some spots left for tonight's live if you wanted to book. I hope you're doing well. We have wisdom and purity. Okay, snow moon and waxing gibbous. So purity and wisdom. See the bigger picture, focus on the positive. So this energy coming through right now is a glass is half full. To try to look through things from an optimistic standpoint and lens the way a Sagittarius and a Gemini would. It might be a time where there's a lot of high anxiety. For some of you, you could be finishing up school, quite literally. There's a lot of graduating. There's a lot of things going on right now before we prepare for summer or embark on summer, or that could just be metaphoric in that there's a lot going on before it's summer. There could be a lot of opportunities coming through for you, opportunities for travel, opportunities for new projects, for friendships, etc., etc. And I think it's important to really think these things through before agreeing to them, because I think some of you guys may expend a lot of your time and energy on people or situations that end up leaving you drained. And I think it's really important to know your worth on this. And it's important to really clear your mind and allow yourself to listen to your intuition when it comes to these questions that you may have, because I feel like big picture, you really do have the answer deep within. So Spirit is really urging you guys right now to ground yourself during this time and to really focus in on what your intuition is telling you, because I do feel like you guys are getting a lot of downloads, spiritual downloads right now, and it might be hard to decipher the message simply because there's just a lot of activity, a lot of noise. We're in that Mercury retrograde, all that great stuff. So yeah, I feel like this is really good positive energy. It's going to really kickstart this summer. I'm seeing in the cards like a hot girl summer. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not seeing that in the cards, but I kind of am, but I kind of am not. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're just really getting prepared for a lot of fun activities to go on, and it might be too much fun. There might be a lot of other responsibilities that you have, and it's going to be important to find that balance. So this is really beautiful. I would definitely light a candle in prayer tonight for your new moon ritual and this new moon in Gemini. You can burn a piece of paper and put that out into the universe. Anything regarding air, I think, would be a great element to work with. But yeah, this is really beautiful. All right, you guys, so I'm going to go over the bookings for tonight. Clef Singer, I got you. And I have 1, 2, 3, I have 4 spots left, but I am realizing that I left my phone, my other phone, upstairs. So give me 1 second, you guys. I'm going to go grab that really quick. Okay. All right, so Shakira, I got you. You are number 2 on the list for tonight. Okay, and we're gonna just get into it. So I have 4 spots left for tonight. If you guys wanted to book a reading, you can. And we are going to be starting off with Trina, who got an 18 plus, and I'm sure she got channeled messages. Let me double check. Okay, so Trina, I was definitely going over your question, which is via Instagram, and even just as I was reading it, I was so just like, man, I knew this would go down, I knew this would happen, and of course he had to act like a fuckboy at the end of the day. But I feel like you handled it really well and really maturely, so I just want to say that up front. Okay, so basically, I don't know if you want me to read it out loud, but basically your question is, how is he feeling about you after this weekend? And quite a lot went down as far as the tea goes. So basically you had talked to him, you guys had seen each other at a party like on Saturday night, and you spoke to each other. He made you stay around, and everyone else left around midnight, and you stayed, and you guys talked till 5 in the morning. And around that time you were trying to leave, and he was trying to like kind of begging you to stay and holding you down and flirting with you and just being very like forward, and invited you to this pool party the next day. And basically the girl that he's been seeing was at the pool party, and you guys didn't even you guys didn't even say what more than 3 words to each other. You could barely talk to him because she was there and she was kind of giving you really bad energy. Okay, so with that said, how is he feeling about you after this weekend? Woo, okay, there's a lot of cards jumping out. How is he feeling about you after this weekend? Wow, 3 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords. He's definitely in his mind about you. We have the 5 of Pentacles. The Emperor, definitely in his mind about you, girl, for sure. Okay. So we have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil. Wow. I definitely feel a lot of tension. Obviously, we have 2 5s here. We have that 3 of Swords in reverse. It's just slight of a third party situation. because nothing went down with you, but there is still some really intense feelings there. And I think like you withdrawing your energy has really made a huge difference with him. Because he sees that, and it feels like a loss. It's interesting because the Three of Swords can really represent like a plunging heartbreak. A lot of tarot readers like to interpret it as a heartbreak that involves three people, so third party situations. But we have that in reverse. I know that there is another person, and we've been talking about that on past live streams, but I think in this case, the way that he's feeling about you after this weekend is like he's told you in that talk on Saturday night that he did not want to lose you, that he didn't want to lose the talks that you guys have been having, the friendship that you have, the connection you have essentially, but it doesn't seem like it's his choice. So at the end of the day, after the weekend, after all that was said and done, I don't know if there's a conversation that his girl and him had, but it made him just feel really torn and heartbroken over the situation, and that he kind of has to choose to not talk to you. And he's pulling away his energy the same way you're pulling away your energy. So how he's currently feeling is just really sad and really hurt, honestly. And it's not like hurt in a way where there is some sort of action that was taken. It's not like you did anything wrong, but just hurt in that it hurts him that he has to like not be friends with someone he cares so much about and has so much love for, because he really truly cares so much about you as the Queen of Cups. He thinks you are, I mean, he loves talking to you. First of all, he loves you're so nurturing. He loves your conversations. He loves the fact that he can really open up to you and be intimate with you, and you know, he trusts you. Okay, so he might be seeing a new girl, but that stuff takes time. That kind of intimacy takes time, and he's already at that there with you. He already has so much trust for you. You've shown him through time and through circumstance that you're trustworthy, that you won't hurt him, that you'll hold his heart in a respectful manner, and that's something that just cannot be replaced. And it's not being replaced, but it's being taken away. And so that, in a way, really hurts him, because he wanted to have his cake and eat it too, because duh, like you have cake and like you want to eat it. But it didn't really work that way in this situation. And so he's really torn mentally. He's stressed out. We have the Five of Swords, clarifying that with the Ace of Swords in reverse. He's being told by this person, you know, whether she tried to act cool or not, or whether he reported back to you that she's cool, it's not the truth. I mean, there's something happened here, where he was told that he cannot talk to you, that he cannot communicate with you anymore. And so he has to basically leave you out in the cold, which is the saying for the Five of Pentacles, but the Five of Pentacles is just about shutting someone out. And he has to do what he had already done, and then he took it back and apologized for it all over again. So my advice, I haven't even finished the reading, but like my advice would be, just as your friend, to pull away your energy first, because he's about to do that to you, and I really don't want you to like feel hurt by this. It's interesting because it's like, in his mind, he's like has to do all this to like appease this girl he's seeing. In his mind though, in his back pocket with the Knight of Pentacles, he believes like he'll be back. He'll be back in your life. And it's interesting that he believes that, because it's like, do you really have the audacity to think you can just like come in and out of someone's life and hurt them this way, and then you're like, I'll be back, I'll come back. Like, I mean, he really does believe that, and maybe he will be back, and maybe he can be back, but at the end of the day, when you take like a few steps back, it's like, that's really trippy that you think that way, that you can just like treat someone like this and then come back. So it's like he's trying to eat his cake, have it too, but in separate like occasions, essentially. So he is doing what this girl wants him to do. That's cut you off, not talk to you. I don't know if there was a big fight or something, but these cards are pretty extreme about him like not talking to you or associating with you right now. but he doesn't think he'll fully be able to do that. So he knows in the future he'll somehow wiggle his way back and talk to you and hang out with you and be friends with you, and maybe more with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that has follow through, but you know, all knights are slow moving, so he knows that this is a distant thing, that this isn't going to happen like tomorrow or next week even, but it will happen. And the only reason he can think like that is because he feels like he has some sort of opening to your energy, that like you will never leave him. And it could be because of the Queen of Cups, because he knows that you're this nurturing, sweet, caring person, that you have nothing but love to give, that you've been nothing but love to him. And although that's a compliment and that's an incredible thing, it sucks that he's like using you in that way where he expects you to always be so open. I do think that there is a grieving process here, and I feel like with the Emperor, part of that is he is truly not over you, and he truly is still thinking about you all the time, and he truly does have some sort of codependency to you. It could be that he's addicted to you, to your friendship, to the sex that you guys used to have, whatever it is. It just seems to be bundled into some sort of toxicity, because again, the person in his ear and the person in front of him and beside him all the time is a different girl, a new girl who doesn't want you in his life. And so he's having to really like shift away and pull away his energy from you, but it's almost intensifying. I think we talked about this a couple like lives ago. It almost is like your name is always in her mouth, that it intensifies your connection with him, because it's like, how is he supposed to forget about you when he's constantly reminded of you, you know, like. And so it's the more that he can't have you, the more he wants you. So she's kind of doing you like a service here by like being this way. But it's also just such a mess that it's like, okay, do we even want this right now? Hold on, I need to take a sip of water. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is a mess. And she's made this messy, but she's almost doing you a service because she's so like obsessed with you, and she's talking about you so much to him. Now he's thinking about you a lot, and he's thinking about the connection that you guys share. We have flirt. He does know that he's been a big flirt towards you, and you know, he was thinking about the heart-to-heart conversation that you guys had. Hey girl, hey Trina, no, you're not late. I started a little bit earlier than 9. I would rewind a little because I've been doing your reading, so I've been getting into it, but I have not finished, and I haven't done your channeled messages yet. But yeah, he knows that like this past weekend, and it's almost like he's hiding it too, because he feels a little guilty about like what he did. He knows that he flirted with you. He knows that you guys had really awesome heart-to-heart conversations for 4 to 5 hours straight. You know, that's not something that you can just brush under the rug. And he knows that he was trying to come onto you. And the thing is, it's not for no reason. It's not just to like play with you. He literally has romantic feelings for you, and he cares a lot about you. But it's just something that I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It's just like, well, why continue seeing this new person? Because it just seems to be causing a lot of stress and a lot of drama. But honestly, at the end of the day, like, he has these feelings for you that he feels like are worth exploring. So, okay, how is he feeling since this past weekend? He's feeling stressed out. He's feeling stressed out. He's trying to like generate some sort of plan so that you aren't necessarily at the focal point of his life, but you're not in it. He's thinking about you a lot since this last weekend, and feeling really kind of guilty for having such naughty thoughts about you, for having flirted with you, for having had this heart-to-heart conversation with you that lasted 4 to 5 hours. He's feeling kind of guilty for having romantic feelings about you, but at the end of the day, he's like super happy that you guys did, that you talked, because before then, there was a lot of tension, and there was a lot of separation. And it's like he came to the edge on what he could do with you while seeing this new person. And he feels kind of like liberated on one hand, on the other he feels a little bit guilty about it. And then on the other, he kind of feels like maybe he is sort of codependent because he can't even like let you go. Like this should have been a clean break or a clean separation. Like his new girl doesn't want you in his life, boom bam bum, done. But it hasn't been like that at all. It's been this back and forth mess because he can't let you go, essentially. So yeah, I definitely feel like he is viewing you in a way where he, you know, he really, really likes you and he really has romantic feelings for you, but he's very stressed out about his ability to give you that and the role that you're going to play in his life now that this new girl is the person that he's decided to see. So it's really kind of a big headache, honestly. He tried to sugarcoat it, saying Hunter doesn't dislike you, but she would prefer us not to hang out. Okay, well, if she liked you, then she wouldn't care if you guys hung out. I mean, that's very sweet that he put it in like a respectful way, but there's too much intensity here for it to have just been that simple. Like, there's a big cutoff here with the Ace of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Five of Swords. So let's do his channeled messages. Let's see what he would say to you. Let's see what he would say to you. Yes, you can. If you want to add channeled messages, go for it. Okay, so what would Bradford say to you? We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Five of Wands in reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Swords in reverse. We have Strength. I'm really not comfortable ending my friendship with you. I mean, we've been friends for so long and like we have this really great connection. And I honestly feel like there's just a lot of drama and I'm not really that into how much drama there's been over this whole situation. I really thought that she was more stable, but it's been turning into a situation where she's trying to like play it off all cool, but she's really insecure about like us and the connection we share, and that's something I feel like I have to respect, but at the same time it's like she says one thing and she means another, and I have to really like guess what she wants. I don't want to take like a big separation or distance from you. I really enjoy what we have. I enjoy our friendship. I feel like what we have is awesome, and it brings me a lot of confidence and strength being able to talk to you. I've been really stuck in my head the past few weeks over the situation, and I feel like now that we've sort of talked this past weekend, I have to like lay down the law somehow to her, because I feel like I've just been doing everything she's telling me to do, and it's still not right. And you know, I just feel like I should have a say. Like, I should have boundaries, and I should tell her that it's just not going to be this way. You know, we're not going to like have sex, and we're not going to like go behind her back. I know that. I don't want to do that. I want both of you guys to be happy and to be able to coexist, but I'm just not in agreement with like shutting you out of my life completely. And ever since I've like spoke to you the past weekend, I've just been thinking about you like a lot, and I've been thinking about like just how much I don't want to like miss you. I don't want to get to the point where like I miss you, like that you're this distant thing. Like, I just want to be in your life. I want you to be in my life. I want it to just be super simple, and I just want us all to like move on and move forward. And maybe I shouldn't flirt with you the way that I did. I was drinking. I just kind of, I don't know, maybe I took it too far, and I'm glad that you stopped it. But you're my best friend. You make me very happy, and I really want us to find some sort of balance where we can like be in each other's lives and like have her not be threatened by you and not mad at me because I want to assure her that everything is fine. I just am not really sure how to do that because she knows that we used to have a thing. She knows that I'm attracted to you and all of that great stuff, but it's like, you know, there's just a lot going on. I don't want to ruin our friendship. I want us to continue being friends. I just might not be able to like be friends on the level in which that we were before. I just want things to be fair. I want them to be balanced. I definitely want to have fun with you again, but again, I can't like, you know, necessarily go out and party with you because I know she's not going to allow that to happen. I just don't want to be stressed the way I am right now, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. I just feel like I'm like just kind of broken up over the situation, and I don't know, I'm really trying to figure out in my mind how like everyone can be happy and all this can work, but just know, Trina, like you're really a sensational person, and I mean that so much. I truly mean that. You are the coolest person ever, and I really appreciate you, and I really want to continue being your friend. I am so passionate about you. I care about you so much. I like truly love you as a friend. You make me so happy, and it's so fun to hang out with you. I don't want things to be confusing. I don't want them to be messy. I want to be able to talk to you when I want to talk to you. I'm just gonna have to like tell her. I'm just gonna have to lay down the law, and I'm hoping that I don't hurt her feelings because I don't want that either. I guess we'll see what happens, and hopefully it doesn't bring our connection into another thing where we can't like talk for weeks and stuff, because I know that's not fair to you as well. But you know, just always know that no matter what kind of drama and bullshit goes down, we're always going to be friends, and we'll always find our way back to each other. All right, that was so juicy. Hi, Beachy Maui. Yes, there are still spots available for tonight's live. If you guys want to book, you can. All that information is in the description box below. Okay, Trina. Oh my gosh. So juicy. Memorial Day weekend. Who knew? I love it. The tea. He's so in his feels for you, honestly, like so in his feels. And it must be tough because there's this new energy. There's really no history between us. It's like a clean, fresh slate, I guess. But then there's like you, and you're just so magnetic, and it's hard to like, this is why he avoids you. It's so hard to see you in person and then like and then like not fall in love with you all over again. So it's like how? But I think the new moon is probably also creating like just more drama than it has to be. But for you, I think this is a fresh, clean start and a clean break, and that is all that matters. So yeah. All right, Trina, I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining the live as usual. Definitely stay in touch. You're making me want to go visit Vegas. I'm gonna have to take a trip out there and just be like, you know what, I'm going out with Trina. Trina and I are gonna hang out, and then you have to introduce me to Bradford, and I'm gonna be like, oh, this is Bradford. All right, I love you so much. I will definitely talk to you. I'm gonna move on to the next person, which is Shakira. Shakira, you got an 18 plus and channeled messages. How are you, love? So you kind of want to know about you and your coworker who's your friend, but you like each other. His name's Kevin, and you remember he's married, but we haven't done anything yet. Okay, I do remember. Your question is, should I tell him how I feel and where I would like this to go, and how would he react? So he's a Sagittarius, and you're an Aries. Okay. Let's get into it, girl. I'm so down, Trina. I'll DM you. I'm gonna be like, sorry, babe, going to Vegas. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Ooh, we have the Devil. Should I tell him how I feel and where I would like this to go and how would he react? We have the King of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. Six of Swords. Ten of Cups. And the Wheel. Okay, I mean, first of all, he would honestly find this really unexpected because you're very hard to read, or you put on like a really flirtatious, sexy poker face. Because there's definitely the flirtatious like vibe and there's definitely sexual tension in the connection, but like you've definitely pulled away enough to make him question himself, like, because it's almost like you've put it out there and then he's like, I don't know, like if she likes me. And you've put enough out there for him to like go back to the drawing board and be like really obsessed with you. So, okay. Should I tell him how I feel and where I would like this to go and how would he react? With the High Priestess, it's actually very hard to say how he would react. I definitely feel like he would try to bluff this out too. This is a mind games kind of person. He would love to play some games, and it doesn't mean that that is his game. Like, what am I trying to say? This is like a little chess game. I feel like he definitely, at the end of the day, wants you, does think you're super sexy, super hot, has been attracted to you, feels like you guys work well together. There's a lot of chemistry and compatibility. And I really feel like you guys could actually be very happy together. I think you would really make this person happy. I think you already do. In whatever way, or, like, form or fashion, you know, it could just be even as a coworker. Like, you make this person's day. They're excited. They look forward to going to work, you know. You as your own self are like a spark of light. But if you were to tell them how you feel, not only would it catch them off guard because they wouldn't realize that you felt this way because you're very hard to read, but they would try to play games. They would try to act like they're not interested. With the Devil and the Six of Swords clarifying, they would pull away their energy. With the King of Swords as well, they would put on like a whole persona, a whole front that they're not interested, that they're shocked that you said that to them, that they didn't expect that. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it would stroke their ego quite hard because they've been feeling you. They've been crushing on you, but they don't want to admit that. And if you admit it first, it's almost like, oh my god, this is so funny. Ugh, yeah, so frustrating. It's like, all they want is for y'all to like get with each other, finally be with each other, and like admit that there's been this sexual chemistry and now tension. And then it's like, but if you were to admit it first, they would be like, oh no, but the truth is they're like so into it. Like, you already make them so happy. They could picture themselves like really being with you. And I wouldn't doubt in my mind that they have fantasized about this. This is someone who's like ready to settle down. This is someone who's ready to like finally have options, to have a kid, to have a marriage, to have a house, to have a wife. This is someone who has been in their primal bachelor energy, and I do feel like they're really tired of it and has been tired of it. They know that you guys get along really well, have a lot of great chemistry and compatibility. They think you're like really flirty, really funny. You guys might have lots of jokes. But it's like an ego thing. It's almost like a notch on their belt. Like, whoever can admit that they're in love with them first type of thing. And I feel like if you were to admit it, it's like they'd secretly be like, yes. Like, they'd be so fucking happy with the Six of Wands. It'd be like it would be like success to them, but then they pull away immediately. And it's not pull away because they don't like you. They're full on, like, I wouldn't doubt that they're full on, like, jacking off to you, like fantasizing about you behind closed doors. But they just, like, they don't, I don't know, there's something in their mind where, like, they want to have the power maybe, or the control, and it's like you would have passed them that control. Because right now, technically, you have it, because you're the one that's hard to read. You're the one with the poker face. You're the one that, like, they can't stop crushing on. You're the one that they can't stop, like, probably touching themselves to. But if you were to vocally admit, like, oh, this is, I have feelings for you, I want to move things forward, they would, like, pull away and act like that's not it. But that's just not the truth, because we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Wheel. Like, they would totally know you guys would work well together. They know you'd make a good couple. They know that, like, they would want to, like, move things forward with you and see what's next with the Wheel. They're super attracted to you. They think you could totally be the one. And they love talking to you. I feel like they would love to have this heart-to-heart with you. This would be everything that they've fantasized and imagined. They probably even imagined as far as, like, you telling them how you feel, because you would be the one to open the book, because you're the one that's the hardest to read. See, she has that book right there, and the High Priestess is not necessarily an open book, she's a closed book. He'd love to open that fucking book, but it's like the second that book is open, he's like, oh no, 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 and then he's the closed book with the King of Swords energy. Oh my god. Okay, so it's hard to say what the answer is. I mean, but he's definitely attracted to you. He has definitely been fantasizing about you. Fantasy is really big in this reading, in this spread, because I guess because you guys work together and he's not allowed to necessarily be with you in that way, or because you both have been playing this kind of, this cat and mouse game, you've both been playing chess around your feelings. He hasn't had the ability to really, like, be with you, so all he has is fantasy. But there's a lot of, like, him fantasizing about you, like, grabbing your booty, touching you, picking you up. I don't know if he's, like, a lot bigger than you, but picking you up, holding you, maybe even, like, just full-on fucking you in the air type of shit. Push you against the wall type of stuff. But, yeah, they just want to, like, they want to make out with you. They want to, like, they want to get you on your knees. This person wants to get dirty with you, and they've been wanting to, like, open that door and see what's on the other side of it. But it's like, as soon as you open that door, they're gonna act like they're gonna play dumb. And that's, like, what's so frustrating about the whole thing. It's like, okay, why? Okay, bye. We have Clean It Up. Clean It Up is simply about just, like, chores. We have Between Worlds. So it's like, it's interesting. It's like right now you guys are kind of like between worlds in this connection, because this is a lot of, like, presumption of what is necessarily versus what could be. And what's so interesting is that what could be is so much greater than what is, because you both are on the same page. You both have feelings for each other. You both, like, think y'all work well together. You both are attracted to each other. You both, like, want to get with each other sexually. So it's like, what's the problem? The problem is that this man, like, is still very much immature. They still very much, with the devil energy, have some sort of picadillo. Whether that's, like, I don't know, addiction issues, codependency issues, control issues. They still have some immaturity to them that is, like, a big red flag. Aside from that big red flag, there's a lot of, like, really good green flags, but it's just like, I don't know, it's interesting, because this is how they would react. Is it possible to, like, say this and do this, and then they, you know, they react how they do, and then you guys move it forward? Yeah, that's a possibility, it's a possible variant, because I don't think this person is going to want to shut you out. I mean, they definitely like you, they definitely are attracted to you, so I just don't think that they're going to, like, you know, be done and be like, I'm done, fuck you. Like, definitely not. But if you are down to play games and you're prepared, if you're prepped, if you have a game plan strategy, I don't know, do it. I say do it. So let's do your channel messages. What would this person say to you? I did want to say they are so attracted to your booty. That is, like, a big thing. And they really feel like, I don't know who you work with or where you work, but they definitely are looking at you as like you are the most attractive person that they have seen where you guys work. Okay, we have the King of Wands. What would he say to you? What would he say to you? We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. The Hangman. What would he say to you? Okay, what would he say to you? We have the Ten of Cups. Is it in the upright? Queen of Wands. What would he say to you? Girl, these men never think that they are too old to play the games until they did. It is. But age does not matter. That is wisdom right there. That is something I have learned collectively through the years. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. Hopefully everything's fine. Okay, great. What would he say to you? King of Wands, Wheel in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, Hangman, Ten of Cups. Damn, he is really close lit, for sure. He will not talk. I'll get him to talk, don't worry, but he just like really wants to not admit his feelings. He has a tough time expressing himself. I already feel so protective over you and like possessive over you, which is crazy because I probably shouldn't. I don't know. I just do. There's just something about you where I feel like I have to like watch you and like watch over you, make sure you're like doing okay and doing good. I don't know what it is, but I just feel that need. And you know I don't like express myself too much to you, and it's probably hard to understand like where I'm coming from when I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but I really think that you're amazing, and I have a lot deeper feelings for you than I let on. And I haven't let them on because I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to act right. I'm trying to like, I don't know, bury down my attraction to you because I'm really attracted to you, but it's distracting. I just want to make sure I work hard and I work well, and it's hard to do that around you. But honestly, I'm tired of not telling you what's really on my mind. And what's really on my mind is you're just really special to me. And I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing you at work. I think it's awesome that I get to work with you. You're a really like cool, kind, loving woman, and there's something about you that's just very caring and loving, and I feel really comfortable around you. And I'm like a little afraid of you. I'm afraid to like ever admit this to you because I really don't want to. Maybe I'm reading this whole situation wrong. Like there's a chance that I've been thinking this whole time that we're like flirting with each other, that we're into each other, and you're not that into me. Actually, you like don't really like me. So I'm a little nervous about that. I don't want to get rejected by you and have you think I'm like a full-on weirdo or something. Because like, what if this whole thing I've just been thinking in my mind is like, we like each other, and then I say something and it turns out like you're like, whoa, and I'm like a creep. I don't know. That would freak me out. I'm a little nervous about that. You're really hard to read. It's hard to read you. I think I can. I think I know what's going on between us. I feel it. I feel like the tension. I feel attracted to you. You're a big ass tease too. I feel like you know what you're doing when you're teasing me, but it stresses me out to be the one to come forward, because I feel like if you don't actually feel that way for me, then I just look like a whole ass idiot. And I'm really not trying to be like that. I'm really afraid of like losing my job and losing my stability. I take a lot of pride in what I do, but you know, I want to almost put the ball in your court, because I do think about you a lot. I am very curious about you. I am very like drawn to you. I'm super attracted to you, and I wouldn't mind seeing where things go. Especially because I've been in my head a lot fantasizing about you, and this just connection and like all the other things we have yet to discover about each other. But again, like I said, I'm just too afraid to put that out there in that way. So I try to keep to myself when it comes to like my fantasies and my feels and all that shit that I'm like thinking about you. I really want to remain professional, and I really want to be seen as someone who can do their job and who isn't just like fucking around. But that doesn't mean that I'm not trying to get to know you more, and that doesn't mean that I don't want to like maybe build some solid trust or like a solid foundation, because you're someone that I could just see myself really digging, like really hanging out with, and like, I don't know, I just feel like we could be really good together. And I'm trying to say as little as possible while still saying a lot, because again, I'm stressed that like I'm gonna be misread by you, or maybe you're just totally not in agreement with what I'm saying. This whole thing has just really been built up in my head. If I was being blind and just going on faith, I would hope that you feel the same way about me. At the very least, understand that we have like a really good thing going as far as like working well together. But I'm just a little like hesitant to express my real big feelings for you. And I'm almost just kind of waiting for the day just to see where things will go, where they'll end up, and I'm hoping they go where I think they will. All right, Jacqueline, I got you. Woo, girl. Okay, I think I kind of get it now. I mean, honestly, now that I've channeled him, I think I understand him a little more. I was kind of making fun of him for like not saying so much and being close-lipped, but I really do feel like he has like a legitimate fear that he's worked this whole scenario up in his head and it's not even real. Like, it's like he spends so much time thinking about you and so much time fantasizing about you that he's really worked in his head that like he wants to be with you. He could see himself like marrying you, like all this crazy shit. And then what if at the end of the day it's not even real? So he's a little afraid to like be rejected, and that's I think why he's putting the ball in your court, which is really interesting. So yes, that was your channel messages from your person. I really hope that resonated. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. So Ashley, you are next. After Ashley is Jacqueline. And then I have one spot left for tonight, you guys. So if you wanted to book that, you can. All that information's in the description box below. Okay, so Ashley, you got a regular deck pool and channeled messages. Let me know what your question is, Peachy Maui. Yes, Lauren, you can book that one spot left if you want. I'll put you down on the list. And then the list will be closed for tonight, you guys. Okay, Peachy Maui. Hi, Ashley. So, it was kind of lagging, but we should be good to go. Okay, so you're in a third-party situationship, and you want advice on how you can tip the scales in your favor. To start, we have the Chariot. Whoa. We have the Fool. We have the Prince of Dips, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So the cards are really coming out really easily, which is a good sign. We have the Princess of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, that was just spirit thinking. No, that Mercury retrograde loves to hit me as hard as it can. I don't know what it is, but it just, I used to get like offended, but now I'm like, okay, bring it on. Whatever. So we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Advice on how to tip the scales in your favor. We have Justice. That's so funny. We're talking about scales. Justice comes out. Okay, so I feel like shout out to Mercury retrograde. So I feel like, okay, to start, I already feel like the scales are tipped over in your favor. I think that's something I want to make really clear here. Whatever this person is, whoever they're involved with, they are really more prone to move forward with you with the Chariot, and the energy of the connection period is moving in a forward direction. I feel like this person does want to take a leap of faith with you, so if they have been like stuck between two different people, you and another person, they have been more like inclined to come towards you. This person might be taking a while, but I do feel like this person will have follow through. They're just someone that I think maybe they didn't intend on putting you into a third party situationship, or maybe it like has been super obvious. It really, I guess, depends on the situation, but I feel like they maybe just have been exploring their options and have been taking their time with it. So I don't know if this person is single and they're like dating both of you, or if they're like quite literally in a relationship and they're seeing you on the side. Whatever the difference is, this person is coming towards you. There's not much advice to give because it already is tipped in your favor. This person's pretty passionate about you. They really like your energy. I don't know, you have like this Cancerian energy, and they feel like you're a very nurturing and sweet person, and they feel like coming towards you is a positive direction for them. With the Knight of Pentacles, I do feel like this person is going to kind of take a while in coming towards you. So I don't know if that means that they have to like break up with someone, or if that just means that they, if that just means that they like are coming towards you and they just have been exploring options. I don't know what it represents in this way, but I think with the Six of Cups, this person does feel some sort of spiritual connection with you. Now, I'm not saying that they feel a spiritual connection with you and that is why they're coming towards you. There's definitely more that you have to offer. I feel like something about you to this person gives them the clarity that they need in order to make this move. It's almost like they know that they could fall in love with you, and they know that you guys could have a really good relationship, and having those assurances to them is enough for them to want to like come towards you. The Six of Cups to me has always represented like a soul bond, but I feel like there could have been a separation between you two, and that separation prompted this energy, and that they realize that they don't want to be without you. They definitely would miss you too much, and they don't want to like be apart from you. And they found themselves reminiscing a lot when they were apart from you, and a lot of that has kind of bled into the fact that, you know, aside from that, there's so many other qualities and attributes about you that make this a good decision for them. So there was a small thing between us, but I think we got scared and ended seeing someone else for a while. But out of nowhere, he mentioned to me and a group of friends they broke up but are still fooling around. Okay, so I feel like they, I mean, it could be, I'm really getting the energy that, I'm getting with the Four of Pentacles clarifying the Fool that he has been guarded, and it could be because he feels this connection profoundly. Like, this is very spiritual to him, and he might be very triggered by it because he could be completely not used to a spiritual connection. You know what I'm saying? It's probably never been a thing to him where he separates from someone or goes home after a date or whatever it is, and he like feels their energy, and he really feels your energy. He really feels like he really misses you when you're apart. He really like feels like he can feel you when you're sad, even when you're not talking to each other. He feels like he can like telepathically read you. And that's something that could be very triggering to someone for the first time when they experience it. I don't think he's ever experienced that before, and it could have been that prompted this separation. And he's really guarded because he knows like how deeply he can fall for you, how like many emotions he can have for you. But at least this time around and in this spread, I feel like he's coming for you with the Chariot, with the Fool. This seems to be a new beginning, a new start. Energy seems to be really fresh here. I do feel like there is a good follow through, and that follow through comes with the intention of him not wanting to be apart again, because you guys were apart at some point with the Six of Cups, and he missed you, and he reflected back on you, and he reminisced, and he looked back on whatever photos y'all had together. And I feel like with the Princess of Cups, you know, clarifying the Chariot, he knows that if he comes back this time around, it's for the long haul, Prince of Dis. It's for the deep feelings. It's for the relationship. It's for the full thing. And I think he's just trying to kind of prepare himself for it or get ready for it, because he is a little guarded emotionally, and he is really afraid of being hurt. But at the end of the day, he feels like if he was to do this with anyone, if he was to actually like pursue a relationship and be with somebody, it would be with you. So I'm getting the energy that he's just like really interested in being with you and it being a full-on relationship, and not necessarily just like what it was before where he was exploring options, or what it is with this other person where he's just fooling around. Like, he legitimately wants something with an equal give and take. So I feel like he's going to be coming towards you and making more effort. He might be afraid of being codependent on you, and that might be why he's guarded with the Four of Pentacles. Again, you guys could have a past life relationship, Six of Cups. It could be why it feels like there is this definitive soul bond as well. But I feel like regeneration, yeah, there was some sort of ending and now there is this new beginning, and I feel like this connection is definitely regenerating. So let's pull your channeled messages and let's see what this person would say to you. So what would this person say to you? Okay, Six of Cups coming out again. Hi, Lauren. So channeled messages are just an add-on to a reading. So the actual reading would either be 18 plus or regular deck pool or an extended reading. So I can give you a refund, or you could send the rest and you could do like regular deck pool and 18 plus, whatever you want, and then add on the channeled messages. And that's what I'm doing here. It's where I would channel your person and like what they would say to you. So let me know what you're interested in. But I definitely secured your spot. I know like how it is. I've joined some live streams before, and I'm like, did you get my reading? Am I in line? Like, I totally get it. Okay, so sorry, Ashley, back to you. So, okay, Six of Cups, the Sun, the Hierophant, what would he say to you? What would he say to you? Two Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands. Oh, this is beautiful. We have the Empress, the Emperor, I kid you not. The Eight of Cups in reverse. What would he say to you? I missed you too much when we weren't talking, and I never really admitted that to you, but I really missed you a lot. And it made me realize when we weren't together that you actually are someone that I need in my life, that I can't be away from. And I really want to come back around and put more effort into this, but I truly want to give you what you deserve. And I really feel like you are deserving of way more love and effort than I put in originally. You make me very happy, and it would make me very happy if we could be together officially and be in a relationship. And I haven't come around to offer that officially because I want to be correct about it. I don't want to I don't want to just kind of put on like a show. I want to like make sure that I give this to you all the way, that it's something solid. I don't want to like neither be here nor there and just not give you like a full-on relationship. And I'm just kind of preparing myself for it. I'm really passionate about you and our connection. I feel like we have a really great bond and a really great chemistry. I think you're such a sensational person, and I am just so drawn to you. I feel like you are really incredible, and I feel just very like, I just feel very like lucky to have met you. I feel very in love. And I feel like I have tunnel vision because I'm constantly thinking about you. When I come towards you with a relationship, I definitely want it to be long term. I don't want it to end, and I'm really afraid of it being something where I lose you, because I really don't want to get hurt. I really don't want you to get hurt, and I really don't want to lose you. I'm hoping this can manifest into something even bigger. But I apologize for the past. I want to move forward in a more positive direction. You truly make me so happy, and I don't think you need to try. I think you just naturally do. You're just a really cool person to me, and it's been awesome getting to know you. And I want to continue that. I want to continue getting to know you, getting to understand you. I feel like we were meant to meet, like our paths were supposed to cross, and it makes me think into it more. Like, are we supposed to like be together fully? I imagine things that I've never imagined before with anyone else. I imagine a full-on life with you, and like kids and the whole thing, and it's just not something that I've ever thought of before. And at first it really triggered me and made me scared of the connection. I wanted to kind of withdraw and like cut it off, and when I withdrew, I really thought about you, and I thought about us, and it made me realize that this is special and I shouldn't be afraid of it. I have such a great time with you as it is, and I really feel like you're my best friend at the end of the day. I feel like I can really like kind of tell you anything and talk to you about anything. So I'm curious to see where this goes and where this ends up, but I want to go there. I really want to put my energy and effort into this, and I'm confident that it will turn into something valuable. You're honestly so sexy and beautiful to me, and I'm sorry it took me this bullshit and I had to put you through some crap in order for me to have this like epiphany about us and about our connection. And I'm also sorry that I'm not that good at like expressing myself or expressing my emotions, but it's not to say that I don't have them. I think we could be really great together, and I'm definitely on my way towards expressing this to you in whichever way that I can. All right. Okay, Ashley, so that was your channeled messages from your person. These cards were so beautiful, honestly, and really vibrant and positive. So that's really exciting. I really hope that resonated. I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining the live. I really appreciate it. And I hope to hear about your situation, hear from you again soon. And hopefully when you come back, it will be that you guys are together and everything is fine. But you have honestly nothing to worry about. Spirit was like, I don't have advice for you because you already got it in the bag. Like, you're already golden. All right, Ashley. So I'm going to move on to the next person, which is Jacqueline. And then Lauren, you don't have to do channeled messages. You could just pay the difference and get like a regular deck pool or 18 plus deck pool, or like I said, I could refund you. It's up to you. Just let me know. I'm going to move on to Jacqueline in the meantime. So Jacqueline, you got a regular deck pool and you want to know about your current romantic connection. So what's going on next in your love life? Okay, so, or how does this boy feel about me, or how does he see me? Okay, so those are kind of two separate questions. Like, I could do like a love life reading, or I can really focus in on this guy and like how he feels about you and how he sees you. Let me know which one you prefer. I feel like we should focus on this guy because I'm already getting cards that are like spilling out. How does this boy feel about you? How does he see you? Wow. Okay, the energy. Whew. We have the Nine of Cups. We have Temperance in reverse. We have the King of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles. How does he feel for you? How does he see you? We have the Two of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. We have the Magician. And we have the Tower in reverse. Okay. So I feel like, okay, I feel like with the Nine of Cups, how he's feeling about you is he's very interested in you. He's interested in what you're about. With the Two of Wands, he might feel like you guys have a flirtatious connection, or he might feel like you're a big flirt, but he's very curious to see like where this goes. He's viewing you as the Queen of Pentacles, so you might be someone who's really in your hustle, really in your career, very career-oriented. You could be someone that is very zen, someone who's very stable. They're seeing you as someone who is very, like, nurturing, but also just very, like solid. Like, they see you as someone who just has your shit together, and you might be into the finer things in life, so they see you as someone who lives like a luxurious lifestyle, or you have really nice luxurious items. You just seem to have things that are very like organic and like staple, and like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like you seem very like with it. And I feel like they are someone who is very emotional and like introspective, but they keep that on their interior. This is someone that tries to give like a King of Pentacles persona. They do appreciate a woman who is in her hustle and is career oriented the way that you are, and they feel like you guys could make a very good like couple. In retrospect, I feel like they really enjoy and they're attracted to the fact that you're into the finer things in life. Like you like good food, good smells, you like to look good, like he really appreciates your aesthetic. That's like a big thing. He thinks you're really beautiful, and like you take care of yourself. You take care of your hair. Like there's just things about you that look really good and fresh and like clean, and like they appreciate that. They can really appreciate those details. This person's very detail oriented themselves. They're very like introspective as well and emotional, and I think they like to contemplate or fantasize about you and about the connection and like where it could go. But there's just a huge curiosity here. Like this person is having like epiphanies or having like small downloads about you, but they're not quite sure like too much else. So I don't know if this is like a newer connection, but they're just not sure like how to read you. They feel like you guys could have a good thing going. They feel like you could really be someone that they're very compatible with, very interested in. But I feel like with the Tower in reverse, they're still trying to kind of understand you, and they're trying to understand the thoughts that they're having about you. It feels new from the energy. It feels kind of fresh, a little too new and fresh to be like this person is thinking about like a relationship with you or thinking about you in these other more intimate ways. But as far as like how they see you, they're seeing you as someone that they think is very, very flirty, very confident, confident in your ability to flirt, in your ability to like confident in who you are and how you look. They think you're very solid. You could be very healthy. You could go to the gym a lot and have like a really nice physique. You could eat very healthy, really have really nice skin. But there's something about you that's just very fresh to them. You could like the finer things in life. You could have like luxurious items or a really nice car. But they're seeing you as someone who's like bad and bougie basically, but in the best way possible. And they're like very interested. So you've definitely got their attention. And that's kind of how they're viewing you right now, how they're seeing you is like, okay, Jacqueline has my attention. And they're just trying to like look out, I feel like, for red flags, because they are seeing you as someone that's very interesting, very intriguing to them, but they're just like, what is the catch? Like, how are you so like perfect and solid on the surface? Is there something else that I need to know about you? Because so far they feel like you're very stable, very zen, but they almost come in with the belief system that all women are like crazy, and they're like, okay, how? Yeah, we have deception, let go, control issues. So it's like, they're like, okay, well, there's probably some crazy in her. I just have to figure out where it is. Because they just think that you're too cool and you're too like put together, and they're just curious as to like, is this who you are? Is this how you are? Is there more to the story? I do feel like a higher power is sort of guiding the connection. This could be spirit trying to bring you guys together, and we have that Two of Wands. There could definitely be an optimistic future. This person is wondering if you are flexible, or flexible here could be represented by the universe in that they're asking you to be flexible about the situation and where it's going and where it's going to end up. So they're just trying to kind of figure you out, but they're also trying not to have like a bunch of control issues over the situation. They could be trying to get to know you, but you could be kind of making them nervous because you are so put together, and they, at the end of the day, under their little King of Pentacles facade, is someone who I feel like is pretty emotional. And they are someone who like is drawn in by people that are usually crazy. So when they see you as someone who's very like stable and cool, they're just like, okay, what is the catch? So it's very interesting, like their approach. But Yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you. I do think Spirit wants you to keep exploring this connection, and I feel like Spirit wants them to keep exploring the connection, which is why they're getting a lot of downloads about you, and they're just thinking about you a lot, I think, in their free time, and they might have not expected to. But they're kind of seeing you as someone that it could be safe for them to love, because so far you seem very nurturing and very stable, and they enjoy getting to know you. Alright, Jacqueline, so I really hope that resonated. Thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate you, and I love you, and I definitely want to hear more about your situation. Okay. Lauren, if you are here, let me know.